Good afternoon, YouTube. This is man always George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Combat Sports Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. As folks, I don't get to use that moniker too often. As you know, most of my focus is in bodybuilding. This month was pretty busy for me. You had the Olympia, which is the biggest event that hit the world of bodybuilding, but I'm still a fan of mixed martial arts and women in combat sports. And I did a couple of interviews not long ago. Actually, I even did an interview with a lady who had a stint as an MMA fighter for a bit. So, folks, this is an event coming up today. Actually, it's in Dubai. And it probably already started this afternoon for us, this evening for them. And that is UFC 261. And this is for a vacant title. As you know, Mackenzie Dern and Vera Jandiroba are fighting for the title. And these two are currently the top two competitors for the vacated women's 115 title. You know, it wasn't that long ago. They even fought each other in the past. It was about 5 years ago. But as you heard, wasn't that long ago that Wali Zhang vacated the title. As you now know, she's going to be fighting the current women's flyweight champion Valentina Shevchenko next month. So now the UFC doesn't do a double champ anymore. So if you want a title in another division, you have to vacate your title in your previous division. And like I said, these two ladies are the top two. With right now, Mackenzie's more on the popular side. She was on a 2-fight winning streak, while Werner has been on a 5-fight winning streak. And you know, as I said again, they had fought in the past. This is like about 5 years ago, and it was like UFC 256. That's been a long time ago. And this fight went like the distance. It went distance, and it ended in a split decision between Werner and Mackenzie. Mackenzie won. She won split division, a decision. But some people felt like it should have been Werner. But you know how it is. You know, Mackenzie Dern is a very popular fighter. People like her. She has a great look to her. You know, she's born here in the States, but she doubles back between Brazil because that's where her father's from. Her father was a champion Brazilian fighter, and Werner's been in the game for a long time. You know, I think it's the battle of, they might call it beauty versus the beast. I mean, I'm seeing people make comments about Werner because I know she's not a very attractive woman, but she's still a woman. But the thing is about Mackenzie, she's very feminine. You know, great physique, great body. She is a mother too, also. And the thing is, they want to push the more aesthetically pleasing female in mixed martial arts. You know, and plus, she has a dump truck. Oh yes, you know, Mackenzie dump truck Dern, that I would say we call her. I mean, yeah, guys, you can't help it. But the thing is, possibly Werner can win this fight. Werner has good skill set, good stand up. Her stand up is pretty good, and compared to Mackenzie has pretty good BJJ. Werner's just a little bit better. You know, Maga's years experience, because like I said, she's been fighting for a long time. Her record's just a little bit better. She has you know, at least about over 20 fights, and with those 20 fights, she has, you know, 3 losses out of them. You know, and with Mackenzie, you know, her record's been up and down. She had won some, she lost some. Like I said again, she's been off a 2-fight losing streak, but then she had a 2-fight losing streak. She lost to some opponents, and like one opponent she beat recently that she lost to was Amanda Ribas, and she lost to Jessica Andrade some time ago. But these two ladies are on a collision course. I know most definitely, you know, we see him right here in the background, Dana White beater, or Dana White by his name, but I know who he is and what he does. He really rather have Mackenzie. She fits the mold. She's attractive, still pleasing. Funny thing about Mackenzie, back in the day when she was fighting, when she first got in UFC, she used to do this. She used to bring in a translator. The girl speaks perfect English. She faked the Brazilian accent, and sometimes just have a translator in the ring just to show off. Like she's not pure Brazilian. Her mother is, you know, white bread girl from Arizona. Her dad from Brazil. She's half Brazilian, but still, you know, she usually, if you go back to track back early years, she had a typical Valley girl voice, you know, and she started faking the Brazilian because she spent some time in Brazilian all in all, but because she has a great look to her, very physically pleasing, you know, they want to push her. Now she knows she's been fighting both in 115 and 125, but some say she might be more better in 115. But with her size, I think she could be 125. Werner, she's been doing pretty good. Like I said, 5-fight winning streak. And that's the thing is, if she wins, Werner has to win with a dominant performance. She has to either knock out Mackenzie or submit her. If it goes to the decision, and even if she puts out a dominant performance all rounds, even if it's just a slight hair, they're gonna go with Mackenzie Dern. That's the truth of it. So she has to either put on a dominant performance where which the judges have no choice but give her the title, or knock her out or submit her. If it's just close by a hair, we know most definitely Dana White will have to see Mackenzie as a champion over Verna. And if Verna becomes a champion, he's not gonna like it, but he has no choice. And who'd be next after that? Maybe Wally Jane would come back if she don't beat Valentina for the title, or she might take a 125. Pretty much strawweight is pretty much the same fighters. You might well say they fought some fighters twice, each fight at different times. But this is a rematch that's coming up. Yeah, I think it's going to start later this afternoon for us and later that evening for them, because Dubai is like on I think about 14-hour time difference between America and the U.S. between here in America. But I don't have much skin in the game. But like I said again, this is something that I pay my attention to, and I want to talk about it a little bit. Shout out to my man, the coach. He talks about he really inspires me on the fight stuff. Shout out to my brothers, Common Breaker 99. BJ No Filter, my little brother, Execute 23, my sister TJ Brown, also another guy who follow, and that is the WMA fan. He's really up on this. I like to watch his WMA addict. I still like to watch his stuff every now and then. And even though I'm still a fan of the sport, I don't do as much. But now with the bodybuilding season starting to wane down a little bit, it's getting a little bit quiet now because Olympia's over. There's a few more shows next month, and after that, it's going to be kind of a dry spot. So I might do a few more content on MMA, mixed martial arts, even reach out to more fighters if I can. But like I said, I wish best of ladies best of luck. And honestly, Verna, if you win this fight, you deserve it. You put in the time, put in the work. It's fair. Mackenzie is getting this because the fact that she has that look, she's more popular, and that's what they pushing in the UFC. So good luck to you, ladies, and have a good fight. And reach me on my way direct page, aka the Emperor of Female Combat Sports Talk. Don't like, subscribe. I'm out.